Hello everybody, this is Alex from Hardcorian Guides, bringing my guide for God of War on God difficulty. Today is episode 10. Holy shit, okay, I'm getting way too ahead of myself. Today is episode 10. I'm running out of breath already. And we now just got done with the base area of Pandora's Temple. No, actually, no, I think we're completely done with Pandora's Temple at this point. And now we're going to be heading up into... God, I forget the name of the place. Basically, the area where you have to put those two amulets at. I mean, most of you who've already played the game, which I assume that most people who are... Yeah, the only way to unlock God mode is to actually, you know, beat the game normally. On whether it be easy, normal, or hard, it doesn't matter. God, why am I out of breath? I don't know why. So these are the beginning parts of the Satyrs. These guys are fucking annoying. I just do not like these guys. There is a trick to keeping them on the ground constantly, and that's the triangle, triangle, triangle attack. Except you will see me try to do that sometimes, and I end up failing it because I guess I'm just too late or too early, and I fuck it up. To me, these guys always used to be really, really, really hard back then, and now they're not really that difficult, because all you really have to do is just keep that parry up, keep that, you know, parry square move attack going, like, you know, follow up with a square attack, knock them away, knock them on the ground, because when they go to jump back up off the ground, they actually give you a kick attack that you can block and parry back. So if you wanted to do more damage, say like maybe land a triangle attack straight after it, and you totally could do that. Thing is, at the time of this recording, I've already finished the game, so there is a guarantee that this game will be finished on this channel. And next, I'm going to be working on God of War 2, but I will try to talk more in depth about that when I get to the end of episode 14, which is the last episode that this is going to be. So, spoiler alert, we got like 5 more episodes of this one included. So, just hang in there, guys. I'm going to try my best to get most of this stuff done this weekend, as much as I can, physically possible, because I got a lot of things going on. I have to go down to I don't have to, but I'm going down to my dad's tomorrow for a little bit, sometime in the afternoon, and it takes me like an hour to get down there. And I'm gonna go shopping with my stepmom, and we're gonna go pick up some stuff for Christmas and all that, which I know is like, oh, the Cliffs of Madness, that's what it's called. Okay, well, I know Christmas is kind of far away, but still, you know, might as well go get some things done. And I got like a couple different like parties going on Saturday, both a birthday party and one that's just more like a game night thing. So yeah, great. Right. So, once you get to this first area here, this is not really that hard. There's actually a magic chest to the left side there. That's why I used Medusa's Gaze, so I can just take out those guys, get the extra free 15 orbs, which, if you really think about it, you don't need to do that all the time. Like, getting that extra, like, couple orbs for, like, a combo, or, you know, what I've been doing with Medusa's Gaze, doesn't exactly, like, 100% guarantee that you're gonna be good. Because, I mean, those by themselves. It's like, once you fight off Ares and you get that giant amount of orbs, you have a pretty good chance of getting quite a few upgrades. I don't remember how many orbs he gives you. I want to say it's either 20,000. So that's at least 2 full max weapons right there. If you don't already have them maxed out, then you're good. Because typically, by the time I get to Ares, I have 1 magic and or weapon that still needs to be upgraded. That's usually either the Blade of Artemis, which is what's going to be in this playthrough, or the Souls of Hades. I think I upgraded the Hades one before I upgraded Artemis. I don't remember. Now this part's kind of annoying, and also, funny enough, you guys will not notice it. I should probably post this on Twitter, to be honest. I was going to, but I completely forgot about it. So, while I was editing this video, I actually stumbled across the... Oh, I did die here. Huh. Alright, well, there's that, I guess. That was meant to cut out, but there's like a certain spot where maybe I never did cut. Oh, that's why. I never actually properly cut this yet. Because looking at it from like this, I actually split that. And it looked like it was almost too perfect to be real. It's not even true. Oh, I'm so stupid. I completely forgot to cut that death. But yeah, there are mistakes that I do make in this playthrough, and you can tell, like, I'm not very proud of it, but at the same time, a part of me doesn't care, but I really don't want people seeing that. It's kind of embarrassing a little bit, like, watching me just die in a fucking guide. Those guys are relatively easy, you can just knock them off, just like I did the Satyr in the beginning. You know, you can, if you go up to the bridge, you can knock them off, but I want the orbs for it. You know, that's me. I want to get the orbs for it, because thing is, the only thing you really need to upgrade in this game, in my opinion, is like 3 different things, and that would be, okay, if you were going for like if you're trying to beat the game, just, you know, with upgrades, you don't care about what you upgrade, just you want to upgrade something so you can be more powerful. More than likely, at least 90% of you are probably going to upgrade the blades to the max level. I'm definitely sure that a lot of you are going to do that if you're going through an upgrade run. If you're going through like a normal try to beat God of War on a God mode run. And, you know, let's just say that your skill is at least average, kind of like mine, where you're not the best at God of War. You know, you get hit like I do. You die a lot like I do. You know, we all make mistakes. It's gonna happen. And if you were like me, and let's just say that you fucked up some orbs or didn't really care about orbs that much, and just, you know, didn't bother with, you know, worrying about enemies and stuff. Sometimes, you know, if you just want to run away and just, you know, escape a fight or cheese it, whatever the case may be. The 3 things I would recommend upgrading: Blades, the Titan's Rage, and Medusa's Gaze. Medusa's Gaze only because it's a good way, in my opinion, it's a good way to get orbs. It's a good way to grind for orbs, but I know I just said, like, you know, in the case that you weren't trying for that, there is actually another benefit with it too, and that's just an easy, simple kill. If you want an easy, fast kill, there you go. That's it. So this room right here, I know I'm like 20 minutes ahead of that. This room right here is actually a decently difficult room because of the onslaught amount of enemies that they have. Sometimes you can knock an enemy up there and get them stuck. If you're lucky enough, you can get a Satyr up there to where you don't have to worry about killing him, and he can just, you know, stop spawning. Thing about Satyrs, though, I forgot to mention. I was going to, but I just didn't do it. They have a few different variety of attacks that are just really fucking annoying. And one of them happens to be that thing that he just did there, where he just kept, you know, spinning the damn thing around. It just pissed me off. That pisses me off, like, when they do that, because, like, I think I can get a parry in, but I can't. When they stand on their weapon like that, which I can't really tell what kind of weapon it is. I'm just gonna say a staff for now. It might be some kind of Egyptian weapon. Well, this is Greek. Well, okay. Anyway, when they stand on their weapon like that, their staff like that, that's when you should not attack them. I mean, you can, if you're going to go in for a parry, like I do, then yeah, sure, fine. But that's a pretty good indication that, hey, you're about to get fucked up if you touch me. That's the kind of thing that they do there. Sometimes, like you see there, like when they're on the ground like that, you can actually get them lifted back in the air if you do like a square triangle and or maybe like a triangle attack. With the amount of undead soldiers that actually spawn in here alongside the Satyr, it's always kind of nice to have them. That way you can just throw them at his ass instead. That actually does kind of help. And later on, you'll notice there's like a spot. It's a very narrow fucking spot, and I hate it. When you have to fight a bunch of Satyrs, it's not a bunch. Like, it's like a couple, maybe 3 at least. I think, no. I think like 4 spawn. Maybe. There's like 2 spawns of 2. Up in that area, there's like a couple archers. I think they spawn like 2 sets of 2 as well. And you can use them to throw them at them, I mean. But there's a chance of them getting knocked off, and I highly recommend you do that. So right here, this part gets a little bit slow. I don't know why these guys take forever to fucking spawn. They just did, so I decided to go and fast forward this to save you guys the trouble and myself of having to deal with it, because this is going to be like a 30-minute video anyway. I was over here just jacking around with this dude. There was no reason for that. I just used Medusa's Gaze, and here we are. We're cut right back out of this spot. I actually fucked up because I went the other way, and there's no difference between each way you go. I just went this way just for the hell of it. So to save time for like 5 minutes of me just running back here, I decided to cut it out. So this is the next destination that I choose. You can go any which way you want. It doesn't matter. There's no reason you have to follow exactly everything I do to a T, but this is what I do. So I just want to let everybody know that you have the complete option of going where you need to, because at least in the Cliffs of Madness, you are given that option to, in a way, kind of go where you want. Even though it's still kind of linear for the most part, you can still go anywhere. It feels like it. That's why I always call this the maze, because I never really have an actual name for it, because I always forget the name of it. So I always just call it the maze area. And I've referenced it before, I'm sure, in these videos, where I talk about, yeah, once we get to the maze-like area, there you go. Usually I call it the maze area, the satyr area, because it's mostly dealing with satyrs. And the thing is, like, I used to call them satire because that's how I used to think it was pronounced, because there was, you know, satire, and that's like S-A-T-I-R-E. And the satyrs are like S-A-T-Y-R or something like that. And I used to pronounce it the wrong way for the longest time. Nobody ever really gave me shit, so I just started pronouncing it satyr because that's what other people call it. I don't know the exact pronunciation of it. If I did know it, that'd be great. At least a Western tongue would be nice to know if I'm even doing it correct. So this next area is a little bit of a bitch because in this game you cannot reflect projectiles back. Obviously, you guys should know that by now. So if you don't have magic on hand now, there's definitely a magic chest over here that you can use. They give you this because they know what's going to happen. They're like, you know what? People are going to need this, so let them have it. I don't know why the fuck I did that for. I think I was missing something. I don't know. Maybe I was worried about losing orbs or something. I have no idea. I hate fighting archers at a far distance because they die off and they drop red orbs, and it pisses me off because I can't actually get them. Like, if this was Devil May Cry, you'd probably get fucked off. You'd probably get fucked for an ass on that one. Just because you missed some gay-ass orbs that you could not get. I'm sure the Capcom would be like, nope, fuck you. There goes your complete S rank right there. Don't they, you little bitch? Or whatever the highest grade was. I think it was like triple S. Some of them are like triple S. Now, I do not recommend this because for some reason on slopes, you cannot grab onto satyrs. Because the way that Kratos is standing, he's standing below the satyr. At least in this position he is. And even if he was higher up, I think it would like... realistically, it makes sense. But like, it looks like I'm actually able to grab him, which you are. But don't... Even if you're not staying on a slope, don't fucking do it anyway. Just, the circle attack does not work, in my opinion. It's always been something I used to rely on when I was younger, when I was a lot, you know, dumber. And I just felt like using the circle prompt because I felt like it did, you know, mass amounts of damage. But the problem is people can catch you off guard and kill you that way. Speaking of being caught off guard, if you're not careful with these archers, they will blow your ass with those arrows. So always keep that in mind too, like when you're fighting archers. They might be weak as fuck when you get up to them, you know, simple grab kill kind of situation. But in that situation, I hate that bomb shit. So for me, and I will say this all the time, try to save up your rage the best you can. At least, here's what I say. Use the rage as much as you want until you start getting to the final area. Once you get to the final area, try your best to make sure you have it full. Because the moment when you don't have it full, I'm afraid that it's going to make the Kratos fight even harder for you. And funny enough, it actually took me a couple times to actually do it. I think I died maybe once or twice in that whole fight. At least, well, I died I think once, or no, a couple times. A few times in the first fight. I died a few times in the second fight, and I died like a fuck ton in the last fight. That was not fun at all. So, once we get there, I'm sure I'm probably going to like talk about it. But the good news is we're almost done. I mean, you know, all we have to do now is get these 2 amulet things, which I do in this entire video. So don't worry about that. I do show that off. And then in the next video, I think we start heading toward Hades. I think episode 13 is Athens. Episode 12, the rest of Athens. It's like a 5-minute short-ass video. So there's that, which I can just conjunction into like one big-ass video. But I'm going to leave the final boss as just the final boss. I think this game deserves respect for that, so we'll leave it as is. And the Athens part, like when you return to Athens, it's going to be like a 5-minute episode. That's it. That's literally it. So it's not going to take that long to render. Think, fuck. So episodes 13 and 14 should be a little bit shorter than the rest. And as of right now, episode 10 is just going to get the amulets, getting this puzzle finished, and then whatever comes after that's episode 11 and 12. 12 should at least be Hades. I think 11 is probably like beginning of Hades, or somewhere around there. So now I finally got Medusa's Gaze maxed up. Once you max it out, you unlock the ability of like the L2 circle, and I'm not really a big fan of that one. That just never really did anything for me. I mean, it basically wastes pretty much either all or most of your magic just to try to, you know, freeze every enemy around you, and I don't like it too much. And then I got, I think, Zeus's Fury maxed out too. Even though I don't really use them as much, especially Zeus's Fury. I mean, I think I use that more than I use Hades. Like, you know, outside of the final boss. Well, I actually, funny enough, I use Poseidon's Rage like pretty much all the fucking time. It's my go-to power. It's my go-to power. My #1 go-to power. Medusa's Gaze, more of like, hey, every once in a while, like, hey, these guys need to die. And that's usually what it is. And then Zeus's Fury and Hades is usually typically like, okay, Zeus's Fury is more of like, okay, I can't kill these guys from here, so I'm gonna have to be forced to use it. It's mandatory. And then, in most cases, in rare cases, like with the Minotaur, like I'll just waste it and, you know, just use it on a random enemy for no reason, just because, just to show off. Hey, I got a weak ass power I'm killing you with, so here you go. And the Ares fight, well, actually, the first beginning fight, I used Zeus Fury because he has this ability where he goes up in the air, and if you charge up your Zeus Fury, you can knock him right back down before he comes down, and or even like stays up there and does damage to you and possibly could kill you. Funny enough, and it will go by quick. I do showcase. I'm going to showcase me beating God mode. Like, it's gonna say I beat God mode because there are people out there that don't believe anybody on the internet. So I will try my best to show that off. It goes by pretty quick, but you guys can see it once we get to that moment. I have a problem with that, and it's developed over the years mainly because of like seeing other YouTubers that had that happen to them, where people just do not believe anything you say, and I hate that. I don't want to be a liar to people. I don't want to be seen like that. I mean, the thing is, like, telling like a little white lie isn't much of a big problem. Like, as long as you don't hurt anybody, then fine. But if you change your mind, you know, or something like that, that's not, to me, that's not really a lie, unless you just, you gotta at least tell them, you know, just don't make them an excuse, like some people I know, their family, where they basically just skip out on everything they could ever do. Like, they say they want to hang out with you, and then the next minute, they're just in a fucking hospital somewhere, and you find out that they're actually not, or they never were in the first place. They were just pretending to be so they don't have to hang out with you. That pisses me off. Oh, that just makes me angry. I mean, we all lie about something, you know. It's hard not to, and I understand that. But I've grown to the intention of trying not to be my father. So I've always tried my best to, I guess, be better than what he is. I mean, he's still a good father to a point. It's just, there's still that weird, thin line that's still there. No matter how hard either of us try to get rid of it, there's always going to be that line that just separates us. And he's not much of an advent liar like my brother Tyler is. I know I just said his name, but he's a huge liar. Always making up shit, and it just, there's, believe it or not, there's people out there like that. And I always try my best to not be like those people. I just am that way. You could say maybe it's because my mom raised me, but regardless, it just, I don't want to be a liar. I don't want to be seen as a liar, especially even on YouTube. I mean, yeah, I'll get salty on some things, you know, and I'll like start talking shit, like, oh, the game fucked me over, you know, stuff like that, but that happens to everybody. So one thing I did learn while doing this puzzle, which I don't know why I never did over the years, is you can actually put multiple blocks on it. I think I've tried that before, but I always fuck it up, so I actually did it this time, and it worked. But don't worry, we're not going to go through the entire puzzle. I'm not going to show that off. I was just doing that first part because I wanted to show this off here so you can find some secret chests. Actually, they're kind of hidden. They're a little hidden. They're not too hard to figure out. And right here, I show off a little clip for anybody who didn't know how to do the puzzle, right? If you just want to skip ahead and find out, oh, okay, that's the puzzle. All right. So just go from there. You don't need the small block, but that's exactly how you put it in. So there's the first necklace or amulet thing, and the next one is going to be in the spike area, and I think, I'm not sure if I did it. It looks small, so I must have. I think I see a line on it. Yeah, I think I did it. Okay, so the next part that's coming up right now, the wall climbing thing. This time I think I fast forward through it. So I've noticed almost every guide, and definitely where there are like cuts or just random shit that just come up that I fuck up. Like I leave a death in, or maybe I'll forget to fast forward something, and that's happened multiple times in this playthrough, but that's okay. You know, the majority of the guide is to be here for those who, I guess, need it in a way, and to also just entertain as well. Like, I'm trying to keep my commentary going, keep active with it, you know, make sure people aren't bored while they're watching these videos, and I can understand that. I completely get why people would be bored of certain people. And, you know, I've watched plenty of monotone guys before, especially even on guides. And, you know, not mentioning any names, but we all know who we are, so just being monotone and just having no actual, like, you know, adjustments to your voice or just nothing just pisses me off. It's just so boring, you know, like, just fucking say something. You know, you don't have to tell a story, but for fuck's sake, just at least try to be engaging. It's just, I mean, all these years of doing Let's Plays have actually led up to this. That's pretty much what it has. Like, I probably never would have really started to grow out of my shell as much as I have until I started doing Let's Plays. Because when I was younger, I was extremely shy, and I will admit that. I had a problem with meeting new people, and I still do. I still do. I still have a problem with talking to new people because I get so nervous about what they're going to think, what they're going to say. You know, there's tons of things that go into it. I already used that chest. But yeah, there's just tons of things that just go on my mind. And then eventually I get used to them. It takes about a year to get, I wouldn't say even fully used to somebody, but it takes at least a year to actually be, you know, in a comfortable position where I can talk about mostly anything with somebody, you know? And even then, sometimes there's people out there that I can't even say certain things to. It's just, even if I've known them for fucking 9, 10 years, there's just some secrets that, you know, people gotta keep. You know? It's okay. It's whatever, you know? Well, most of those secrets are secrets of somebody. And that's that. So, I know, I'm a weird fella, for sure, but I'm trying to make these guides the best I can. Funny enough, like, during this whole, doing guides and Let's Plays as well, have really taught me a lot more things about games I didn't really know, or never really tried. And doing this guide has definitely made me more invoked with doing, like, the L1 triangle thing in air, because I never really tried. And same thing with L1 circle in air. I never mess with it. I used to play around with the L1 X attack a lot back then, and now it's just like, nope, it ain't worth it. And then I found out during this playthrough that, you know, when you roll and keep tapping X, it actually, I'm not sure if it's actually faster, but you can tap it a little bit faster than you can square. You can get away with it better, but I recommend just doing the rolling square thing, because eventually you'll get the upgrade to where you are forced to attack after doing an X press after a roll. What am I trying to say? I don't even know. One game I would definitely like to do, there's a couple of games I actually want to do, and one that just came out recently, one I would love to do, Let's Play or guide of, would be Dante's Inferno. That would be nice, but that fucking game is hard on Inferno. It's difficult. I've gotten to Lucifer, and that's the farthest I've gotten. Like the first phase, and that's it. He's a bitch. Good thing is in this game, and weirdly enough, the elevators actually move if you go up too high. Like, if you go up to, like, this point, they'll actually climb back up there themselves. So, okay. Real fast, there's nothing that goes on here. It's just a puzzle room. You just move it across. There you go, bam. So, South Park, The Fractured Blood Hole just recently came out. I pre-ordered it back last year on August 20th. I even looked at the fucking receipt. I was like, God damn. And it just came out October 17th. So, they have a pseudo difficulty and an actual difficulty mode. So later on, if I ever, which I'm going to beat the game, of course. There's no surprise there. I will beat it. It's easy enough. It seems just like it was the first game. They have this newer... The game is actually a little bit more difficult, I think, than the first one. It has more things you can do with it. And they have, like I said, a pseudo difficulty and an actual combat difficulty. There's one. The pseudo difficulty is a joke, which I guess I'll say it. So I was trying not to spoil it, but here it is. Spoiler for joke. So just hang on a bit. You have the choice at the beginning of the game picking your race of color, basically picking your ethnicity or your race, whatever. Fuck it. And you have like basic white, easy. It's not really much of a difficulty. That's the joke. Like it's just trying to say like the more black you are, the more oppressed you are. That's the whole joke with that. Okay, so spoilers. Go bye. So, with that pseudo difficulty in place, there's another difficulty mode. Once you get into the combat of the game, they give you like casual, heroic, and mastermind, which is basically easy, normal, and hard. There's a trophy for doing the pseudo difficulty at the highest peak and the actual difficulty, and they call it the token experience. It's not really much of a spoiler because if you don't get it, then you don't get it. So, whenever I do a guide of it, I'm going to try to go for the hardest part of the challenge, which is going to be having the highest amount of pseudo difficulty, which all it does is change up some of the dialogue. From what I've heard, it changes up some of the dialogue, and it changes up how much money you earn. That's it. So, in a hindsight, or in a way, it kind of is a difficulty, because it does kind of limit you on what you can do. But not to the extreme. It doesn't limit anything in combat. Now, when you play Mastermind difficulty on the new game, yes, it's going to be a little bit harder. And I want to do that. I want to be able to beat that and show that off. So I'll probably call the guide the token experience, where, I'm playing the hardest difficulty in both sections. So I skip all that shit because fuck it. No one wants to see me jump across that. I actually fall down multiple times, and you will see that I'm wasting magic now, and I will eventually have, I think, full magic. It's because I fall down and go back and get it. I was not trying to go back and get it, but I ended up doing it anyway, so that's why. Goddamn, look at that, 260 hits. Yeah, I know, isn't that crazy? Actually watching me play is kind of a little bit cathartic too, in a way. But anyway, before I do the Fractured Butthole, I'm going to do South Park The Stick of Truth. I'm going to do it on the hardest difficulty. I want to try it alongside with the No Child Left Behind, where basically you can't let your buddy die. Now, some people are going to hark on me and say, that's not really much of a difficulty then. That's not really much of a difficulty guide. That's just you playing on the hardest difficulty, just getting that trophy alongside it. It's like, well, yeah, kind of, but I did Bioshock Survivor, no Vita Chambers. Because Bioshock on Survivor isn't that hard. It's not. If you play Bioshock on Survivor, any of the... Okay, except for Infinite, which actually has a good difficulty for 1999 mode. I will praise that. That one's a damn good difficulty. It was actually challenging. Bioshock 1 and 2, both on Survivor and on hard mode, for 2, they're not that hard with Vita Chambers, because you pop back up. You come back to life. No Vita Chambers is the extra added challenge, and some people just... I wanted to do that, so I actually have a real difficulty there. That's why. Same thing with South Park. Play it on the hardest mode, have the extra, crutch to it. There you go. Alright, anyway, folks, that's going to be the end of the video, and I'll see you all next time. We'll play some more God of War on God Mode. As always, take care, everybody.